So what we will do, we will use a voting tool where you will be asked to vote on a series of questions. Some of them are being really serious, some are less serious, as you see. So you have on the screen all the instructions. Remember for the instructions, Benoit?
So if you can please use your smartphone, now you're allowed to use it, and go to the website that is displayed here, so www.menti.com, and then we'll be able to start. Once you are on this website, you can use the code 677540. We'll wait for some people to join.
Carolina, you can take your smartphone and quickly enter this here, www.menti.com. Anyone who just entered the room, please take your smartphone and enter the code. Is there?
I see more and more people connecting, sending some messages. Cats.
Are you all connected? All right, that was clear.
It's Friday morning, so people are a bit slow. Some.
Anyone wants to sing something?
But Gary, you can.
I don't need.
You did sing better yesterday in the
singer,
bus.
but I became a lobbyist. Epic fail.
Okay, we almost had a dislike. Yeah, we have one. Who dislikes us? 3 people dislike us. Oula.
Are you all connected? Are you trying to connect to those who say no? Otherwise, we can wait a long time. And you might hear me sing Share again then. So you better speed up. I don't need. I know Alex wants to join and sing also. We are more the my way type with Alex.
So www.menti.com and use the code 677540.
Anyone who just joined, please take your smartphone, go to www.menti.com and enter the code 677540.
Okay, I can wait in the sofa actually. Quite relaxing.
Are you connected, most of you?
Anyway,
Yes.
we'll start with the tests,
Okay.
and the people who connect now, they will still join with the question. So we'll just start by testing to see that you master the tool.
Only Carolina has put Brazil, I think.
It's quite balanced results, actually. Well, a lot of other. Who can it be? Which country?
Krishna is just trying to press several times for Spain, but it works only once.
There's no Poland. That doesn't work. And Taviana is pressing several times for Italy as well. But
Czerwoni, Polska.
I see 59 people giving their opinion. Okay, so that shows that we'll have an interesting month of June, July, actually, and I think we'll launch again a bets competition for the EENA members.
Yes, of course. All right.
So, yeah, there's still people voting, but I mean, I guess now you understand how it works. I mean, you're also quite intelligent, so that should be okay.
4 people are true believers for Italy.
Yeah.
Reminder that Italy will not be playing the World Cup.
Actually, there are more people thinking that Italy will win the World Cup than Brazil, actually.
We like to remind people of good news.
Sorry, Taviana, I know you wanted Italy, but it will be hard. Okay, let's start with the first two questions. So the first question will just allow us then to give some further explanation to the results. So just please say whether you come from a public authority or the private sector or something else. Maybe you're just a random citizen that got lost. Great dance of Gary. I'm not doing that. Interesting. I guess there are more public authorities, and past years was more balanced actually between public and private sector. So thanks to the one who stayed. So next question.
So the next question is, where are you from? Are you from the European Union? Are you from Europe but outside of the EU? Or are you from outside of Europe? Reminder to the UK, you are still in the EU. You may notice the nice gesture, shoulders of Benoit.
Okay, a lot of Europeans. But we like the others as well, so that's fine. Okay, so first question is actually more a quiz, because we didn't have enough of yesterday. So if you saw the presentation yesterday, how many phones sold in Europe now, at the moment, do support AML? And the use of Google is not allowed, as for yesterday.
Quite good. You attended some sessions. Very good.
Yeah, so just for the ones who got wrong, now it's supported in Android phones and the new versions of iPhones. So that makes 98%, a bit more than 98% of the market share in Europe.
Well, to the next one. How do you assess the level of protection of PSAPs in your country against cyber attacks? Are you well protected? Somewhat protected but not sufficiently, not protected at all, or you have no clue at all, you don't know? That would be the honest answer, probably. I didn't know we had 15 Estonian in the room.
Okay, so Christina, I see we still have some work for you actually, because yeah, there's apparently still more to be done on cybersecurity. So next question is about public warning. Just after these very interesting discussions, do you think that telephone networks should be used to transmit alerts to the population? And here you can see the different results based on what's your sector. Well, it's quite crystal clear. I think 88% do think that it will bring a considerable improvement. So, yeah, that will keep us busy also in the next years in implementing the new legislation and yeah, finding the best ways to transmit those alerts.
The next question, to alert the largest number of people, do you believe apps are as efficient as other technologies using telecommunications networks?
So this is really much linked to the discussion we had before.
Here we're talking about public warning.
And your reply will be very important and very interesting for EU decision makers, I guess. Okay,
right.
That's interesting. I'll send it to the EU decision makers, and I'm sure there would be some important information for them. Next question is a bit different. So we ask you to what extent you believe that the following technologies, drones, artificial intelligence and big data, and virtual and augmented reality, will improve the quality of emergency response. So you have a scale and you just need to basically give a grade from 1 to 5. 1 is you believe that it's no impact at all. 5 is you believe that there's a strong impact. And here what you see is the average. I still see some people that haven't voted. Yeah, some people are a bit slow today. Okay, now we are above 80. That's interesting. Replies, it's around 4 for drones and AI, around 3 for virtual reality.
Very interesting. The next question, do you think non-emergency numbers should be introduced to improve the work of emergency services? Yes, they are very useful as long as they are well promoted. It helps a bit. I don't see the point of this. It is counterproductive. I have no idea.
But everybody has an idea, actually. Oh, no.
We can't make a lot with all this if we mix them. So half and half, basically, it's divided. Okay.
So next question is about accessibility for deaf and hard of hearing citizens. Do you think that there should be a system of pre-registration for them before contacting the emergency services? Yes or no, it's quite simple. Still have a few seconds to make the result change. Okay, that seems to be a slight no, but we see very balanced results actually. So that's interesting, and we see that the community is not united on this issue. So that's always interesting to discuss that.
What is not possible to do with a drone? Flight blood samples to remote places, find missing people, qualify Italy for the 2018 Football World Cup, track suspects.
So it's what you cannot do with a drone, huh?
Gigi l'amoroso.
I think Taviana is the one who replied find missing people, because she still cannot believe that Italy missed it.
So the point of the question was also that you can do the rest.
So, what's the status of the implementation of AML in your country? I see some people wondering.
By the way, for those, you can go on Twitter. I launched a survey yesterday on the last country that will deploy AML in Europe. There was a fight between 4 countries.
Okay, we still have some work to do for the 58% to make them a bit quicker, the 8% to make them aware of AML and or convince them, and 50% to educate them.
We'll ask the question next year again.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see the difference. So according to you, what is the biggest barrier to the use of artificial intelligence in a PSAP? Just what is the biggest barrier? So is it the reluctance to change from the citizens and the government? Is it the lack of data? Is it because of language issues to interpret the emergency calls? Or is the problem regulatory issues? I see still some people are voting. Okay, so I see here a lot of people who believe that it's mainly due to reluctance to change, so there's some work to do to change this.
There is the fifth that you miss here. It's a lot of mature technology. It has to be matured
We don't hear you, Mr. Vice President.
in order to use it.
So,
Do you think emergency services should have an exception in privacy laws to receive the location of the caller without asking for his/her consent?
so that's also related to the previous discussion. Okay, that's interesting. Next one. Are the authorities in your country ready to receive e-calls? For the European Union, it should be the case, but who knows? Okay, I see some countries with whom it's not the case. Christina, you'll have a lot of work actually. Actually, it seems that there are even some countries outside of Europe who are ready to receive e-calls. That's interesting.
Do you think that the location of operational automated external defibrillators, AEDs, should be made available to both emergency services and the public? Only to emergency services? I don't see the point of mapping AEDs.
So once again, AEDs is automated external defibrillators.
Excellent, thank you, and this will be probably one of the next big projects of EENA, led by Jérôme.
Yeah, and I see that you all see the point of mapping AED, so that's a good thing. So now about navigation app. Do you think it's useful for the emergency services to get real-time traffic information from a navigation app? It seems to be the case, huh? Okay, so I guess that the earlier panel inspired you, actually, so quite clear data.
Which of those topics is currently not covered in the Crisis Tech Startup Program? AED mapping, telemedicine, virtual reality, drones, location technologies, NG112, public warning.
So the answer was actually virtual reality. So we do have startups in the program working on telemedicine and on NG112. So yeah, some more work on communication to be done. Speaking about communication, we'd like to know your opinion. Do you think we communicate too much, just enough, or not enough? Well, if you reply what is EENA, I don't know what you're doing here, actually.
Nicolas van der Beest, you're not allowed to vote.
Okay, 19% of the room are just people who got lost.
Oh, and they are being very polite. Thank you. Well, this is actually very useful. Thank you. We are happy to read this.
And yeah, Petros will be interested too. So next question is about the next EENA conference that will take place in Dubrovnik in April 2019. We need your help to build a program. So you just need to put some words in your phone. Okay, we'll ask Taviana to build a program for next year. She'll be happy. We'll still let some time for people to write. And what is Christine?
Guys at Google, you can say that you became very famous. Huh? ELS?
Trust Gary. Not sure that's a good idea, actually. Even the president agrees so. The free beer, okay. Gary can provide it. Okay, well, thank you for your contribution. We do see some trends, some useful ideas also. Italy football team, we'll see. Still people doing some contribution.
Free beer is going up. Taviana forever also.
Okay, that changes a lot, but I guess we can keep that and we'll start working on a program for the conference next year quite soon and based on your recommendations.
France, there is France. It's a France, yeah.
France.
Yeah, it's a very.
Let's do a session.
It's very
in
useful.
France.
Thank you.
Polska. We can try to do a specific session on Poland. Why not? That's a whole case. Okay, thank you. Guess we're done. So thank you for your contribution. I guess that's very useful.
Thank you very much.